YouTube, PD Two Finger here, trying to make a quick recommend video. So we're talking about Boiler Room set. The Boiler Room is a venue in London, and typically they will have, when you hear Boiler Room set, typically it's some DJ. Um, Now, the reason for this upload is I saw that a band by the name of Black Midi had done a Boiler Room set, and I checked that video out. So that's what I'm recommending. Black Midi Boiler Room set. But in tandem with the Black Midi Boiler Room set is another band called Battles that did a Boiler Room set around the same time. So we see November 15th, the Battles set was uploaded to YouTube, and on the 16th, the next day, they uploaded the Black Midi set. The other Boiler Room set that I would recommend is Richard Farche Ankle Pants. But that comes with a warning that you gotta be ready for ankle pants. You might not even really want to watch it. It's kind of disturbing. It's a little bit freaky and not for sensitive viewers, children, certainly not safe for work. But I found that performance to be, it was really good. What he's put together is just incredible. And the music, I thought the music was interesting. I really appreciated the delays and how the heck he was able to pull that off with the microphone controller he's come up with. But again, like typically, like the type of crowd, headbanger crowd, people that listen to heavy metal and are kind of close-minded jock types, they're going to take one look at Richard Farche and say the guy's a fag. You know, the guy's an artist. He's a French artist, and this ankle pants character that he came up with is. Joel, just be ready for it. Be ready for it, and don't let anyone catch you watching it, because they're gonna probably pass judgment on you for watching that. Now, the other two bands, I have to say, Black Midi is one of the only newer bands that I heard that I could say had a distinctive, like really unique sound. Like, I don't know, every other band, even like my favorite new band, King Gizzard, a lot of that music is stuff that we've kind of heard something that feels like that before, where this Black Midi seems to be a little bit unfamiliar. And then there's some elements to certain bands that I've heard, certain punk bands or Talking Heads or whoever it may be, where you ape a little bit of that feel. But Black Midi is a very new, very unique sounding band of youngsters, and really, they all worked really, really well together as a unit, gelling. Where the exceptional member of the band is probably the drummer, who's a black guy. And then there's two really nerdy white guys. And then the guy on bass might be kind of normal. But there's like a pencil neck geek guy, a tall guy on guitar. And then there's a guy that sings on a guitar. And he looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss. He's freaky looking, and he's got a weird accent. And I can't understand any of the vocals of what they're saying, but it all seems to make sense. And he's real angry about something. Seems like a very young band. these guys look like they won't be doing this in 5 years. They haven't grown very much. Like I said, I ran into this set, which is similar to the set that they played at the Boiler Room well over a year ago. Well, I don't want to say well over a year. It was 11 months ago. Because I remember wanting to use the name Black Midi for an album. Like, that's a great name. Black Midi? Are you kidding me? So, Battles, the third band on the list, started out as another one of these bands that came up with their own thing that is so unique that they don't sound like anybody else. The thing with Battles was they were technical. They used computers, samplers, echo boxes, and live looping. There was one guy in the band that was kind of the computer guy, and another guy in the band that was kind of the guitar pedal board fiend. And they worked together to make some very modern sounding, amazing rock music. Battles is seriously the contender for like band of the new millennium, like paving their own path to sonic bliss. They are just an amazing band. And as time passes, we see more people kind of bailing out, and we're left with just two people. We're left with the computer guy and the drummer, who happens to be John Stanier from the 90s hardcore outfit called Helmet. So we have a great drummer with a computer music nerd, and we'll see what they're capable of pulling off with a reduced, it's just these two guys. And from what I read, I have not watched this yet. I didn't watch the Black Midi set either. I skimmed through it, and I saw enough to tell you, yes, this is what I recognize from the first time around last year when I ran into these guys, and I'm sure I made a recommend video on them. They're definitely worth checking out. And if you already know about Battles, Black Midi, and Ankle Pants, please let me know. I want to be your pal. If somebody knew about all three of these acts already, I would like to know that. And if you don't know about these guys and you choose to check out one of these sets, let me know in the description what you thought of it. Anyway, the Battle set, they had like a kind of a near hit on their first legitimate album. They had some EPs, and then they did an album called Mirrored, and that had Atlas on it, which was, if anything, that was their most popular piece of music. Arguably, I mean, maybe the thing with Gary Newman on the next album, but Atlas is their accessible kind of cutesy single, I would say. And that is performed on this recommended Boiler Room set. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. A song that was originally done with 4 people, and they're doing it with 2. Well, I'm sure Chris, I think his name is Chris, will do a fine job at that. And we get to see John Stanier sweat out about 4 gallons. He sweats a lot. Anyway, please let me know what you think in the comments. I would appreciate that. And enjoy.